Girl, I can't lie.
Yikes.
Invited to the white party. Not Michael Rubin's white party, but Philadelphia's version of the white party. It's called Dîner en Blanc. It's this event that's held in the city, and all these people basically go to a secret location wearing white to all basically have a picnic. It's basically a picnic because you bring your own tables, bring your own chairs, bring your own food, and it's like a literal city-wide picnic, and everybody is wearing white. And that is the official white party of Philadelphia. It happens at the end of the summer, every summer, and this is my second time going. I'm not as excited to attend as I was last year. Last year was the first time I went, and it was so much fun because I didn't know what to expect, and the ambiance and the energy was just everything. So I really enjoyed it the first time I went. I got invited to go again, so I'm going, but I'm not sure if I'm like super excited for it. The only downside to the event was that the age kind of skewed a bit older, so it's gonna be a bunch of like 30 and 40-year-olds, honestly. Like when I went, I thought there would be like a lot more young people, but not really. I don't have the same excitement that I had last year, and it's evident because I didn't even get a new dress for this. I'm literally just gonna wear something I have in my closet. I don't want to wear the dress I wore last year, but given the fact that I have to take content, I cannot take content in the exact same dress I wore last year. So we're wearing a new dress, but I just hope the event goes well.
So I'm not sure if you can hear all the ruckus around me, but it's loud as fuck. And I'm overstimulated as fuck. Like, I'm literally sitting here by myself observing all these people have so much fun while I'm just like literally sitting here going crazy. Like, I'm literally going insane. Like, I've never seen so many people dressed in white like this in my entire life, even though I went here last year. But like, I don't know, it seems bigger this year. It seems large. It seems grand. It seems, I don't even know that this many people even lived in this city. That's what it's giving. And I'm not gonna lie, like, I'm overstimulated. I'm overstimulated as fuck, but I'm just gonna try and get some champagne, and maybe I can kind of feel a little bit better about myself. I have no idea whether you guys can even hear me or not, but we're gonna see. We're gonna see. And there's like a whole concert outside, and I'm feeling good. I played, what do you call it, cornhole? And cornhole, I suck at it. I'm the worst person at cornhole. No one literally make me play that shit ever again. But like, I got a couple of drinks in me, the music's playing. I've been wearing my heels for a couple hours and they don't hurt yet. So I'm like, maybe I should go out and dance. I'm thinking I should dance, but I don't want to embarrass myself on YouTube. But I've already embarrassed myself so much on this app, so like, what's one more video, you know what I'm saying? So honestly, I think I might just go out of there and just make a fool of myself. Honestly, I need like one more champagne, and then I think I might go out. I think I might go. A really big part of this event is putting on the sparklers. Since everyone is wearing white and the sparklers are gold, it makes a really nice aesthetic for this entire place. So that's the thing that we're waiting on.
I just came back from watching the It Ends With Us movie, and I have some thoughts. I would like to preface this review by saying I have never been in an abusive relationship. I've never even been in a relationship. I've never had a situationship, never had a relationship, never had a sneaky link. I've never caught feelings. And lastly, I haven't even read the book. So going into this movie, I went in kind of blind. I knew it was about domestic violence because I saw it on TikTok, but like I didn't really know the contents of the plot. But I came out of this movie very disappointed because this was such like a powerful story and a powerful message, and I feel like they missed the mark big time with the execution of this film, mainly in two ways. Number one, they did not make Ryle's character likable from the jump, and because they did not make Ryle's character likable from the beginning of the movie, it was hard for the audience member, aka me, to go through the emotions with the main character, Lily. I haven't read the books, but I've seen what other people have said about the books, and one of the main reasons why the book has like resonated with them so much is because you really go through the emotions with the main character, Lily. You fall in love with Ryle at the same time Lily does, and when Ryle hits her, you're like confused and you're like, what the heck? But like obviously you still love this character, but like over time, as he's showing that this abusive behavior is a pattern, you have to fall out of love with Ryle the same way that Lily does. I thought that feeling would be portrayed on film, but it wasn't. And the main reason why it wasn't is because Ryle was a creep from the jump. Not only does he enter the scene like literally kicking chairs and stuff, their first interaction was literally so cringy, so awkward, so creepy. If a guy ever mentions wanting to have sex with me in our first conversation, I'm literally running in the other direction. And his whole pursuit of Lily in the first half of the movie was just like so creepy. I feel like he didn't really have a genuine reason to like her, and she definitely did not have a genuine reason to like him. His character was just so aggressive and stalkerish from the beginning that like I didn't like him from the jump. So the entire time I was watching the film, I was just waiting for Lily to leave him. I think Justin Baldoni said in an interview that he really wanted to change the questions that people ask. Rather than asking why do women stay in abusive relationships, he kind of wants the people coming out of this film to ask why do these abusive men cause harm. But throughout the entire time I was watching this film, the only thing that I was thinking of is, oh yeah, he's so creepy, I would have left when he said that, or he's so weird, I would have left when he did this. And I don't think I was supposed to feel those things. I just feel like the way this movie was created, it just missed the mark. I feel like they should have leaned a lot more into the female gaze when creating this film. I feel like they created the film in a really like realistic standpoint. I've never been in a relationship, so I don't really know, but I feel like when you're in love with someone, you seem to like not really like notice the red flags in the beginning. So I wish they leaned a little bit more into like Lily's point of view and like kind of created Ryle to be like this perfect person in the beginning, so that when he did eventually like hit her, it it would be a much bigger shock to the audience because it would have been a big shock to her too. Because if you create Ryle to be so perfect in the beginning and then you literally like, boom, you're like, what the fuck? And now the audience member has to like fall out of love with him. But because they made Ryle so unlikable from the jump, I was literally sitting here, I was just like, please leave him, Lily, please leave him, Lily. Like, I was just like, you know? And I don't think I was supposed to be thinking that. I also feel like the chemistry between the two leads were not good at all. They did not even look like they genuinely liked each other. This movie was incredibly miscasted. And I also don't like throughout the film, they made it seem as though Lily was confused every single time Ryle hit her, and then Ryle would then gaslight her and be like, oh, you fell on the stairs, even though he literally like pushed her down. And Lily didn't leave until she came to the realization that she was actually being abused. Although that's a good message to put out to the public, the message of, you know, when you're being abused, you should leave then and there. That's not really the case with a lot of people in abusive relationships. Again, I've never been in an abusive relationship, so maybe I shouldn't even be speaking on this, but I feel like people who are in abusive relationships, yes, they are gaslit and everything. I feel like people leave abusive relationships when they lose hope. And I wish that was something that was like displayed on film, because I'm pretty sure that's what happened in the books. Like Lily like wasn't confused every single time like he hit her, and she left when she lost hope that he would change. So I wish that was something that was like depicted in the film. Overall, good story, but it was a good story because Colin Hoover wrote a good book. But I feel like the film adaptation missed the mark. So many things could have been changed. I feel like the storytelling was off. Even like the music in some scenes were off. I remember they played like Cherry by Lana Del Rey in a scene where like Ryle's sister was announcing that she was pregnant, and that music choice literally didn't make any sense and just felt lost in the scene. Like, I don't know, like it felt like it didn't belong there. But like, I just feel like this is such a good story, and I just hate how it was executed so poorly. I wish someone could literally like maybe change the characters, change the location, and like redo this better. A lot of people on TikTok are saying, oh, this should have been a TV series. But I feel like this was fine as a movie. It was just a poorly executed movie. So yeah, Chichi's thoughts, 6 out of 10. So I made it to the tennis courts. I'm just waiting for people to arrive so they can play with me. And it's such a nice day outside. I was literally at the tennis courts literally last week at this exact time, and the courts were literally all taken. There were like, I kid you not, like 10 courts here, all occupied by people. And I was literally just waiting for someone to get off the fucking court so I can take it. But no one did, and I was just literally sitting there for an hour and a half waiting for people to get off the courts. Like, the thing about like once you graduate is that like the only way that these older people can like have fun without involving alcohol of some sort is going out to a park or the courts and playing some sort of sport. Like, guys, I don't know what happens to you once you graduate college, but like you have this like need to play a sport. Like, so you need to do some sort of running, some sort of tennis, some sort of something. That's why it's so funny, because this is a public park and you would think that a bunch of like, you know, kids would be here. No, it's a bunch of grown people. Grown people playing tennis at 7 p.m. on a summer night. And I'm one of them. So basically I started playing tennis earlier this year, but I started my tennis obsession last year when I went to City Open in DC, and it was so fun, so cool. Tennis is such an interesting sport. Like, it really is. It's like a nice quiet sport, and it's really easy to follow because just like, okay, the ball can hit the court one time, and then once it hits once, then you have to be like, wow, you know? And I was like, oh, you know what? This like would be easy for me to like learn. So I started learning it this summer, and I've gotten so much better. I literally got so good to the point where I was like offered a Fila collab on TikTok. I'm not sure if you guys have seen it as like an ad on TikTok, but I got a Fila campaign where I could literally just play tennis, which is what I do every week anyway. So it's just like so fun. Like, this sport is literally so hard. You have to have like perfect like handball eye coordination. You have to be fast. You have to be a quick thinker. So yeah, this sport is something else, but I'm having my fun.
my god.
Wow, that was an intense game of tennis that I definitely lost. I'm getting a lot better. If you guys saw how bad I was in the beginning of the summer, you could be like, "Phew." But now I can actually hit the ball. I can hit a backhand, not too well though. I still need to work on my backhand, but at least I can actually hit it. Before I could not even hit a backhand to save my life, but now I can do it. I can obviously do the front hand or forward hand. I feel like what I need to work on the most is making sure that I hit the ball like really accurately, like in the little like zone. Cause sometimes I'd be hitting it and it'd be flying this way and that way and this way. And I'm like, sorry. So I'm just gonna keep practicing. It's like nice for the rest of August, September, maybe even October. It doesn't start getting like really, really cold until November. So I still have like enough time to get really good. And maybe when it starts getting a little bit like colder outside, I'll find like an indoor court to play in. But yeah, that's tennis.